palate right here. At the very least, you have the soft palate here, the uvula right here, the tongue right here, and obviously the alveolar region that has the teeth right here. We'll look at the model of the teeth later on. You do have the tonsils. You have the pharyngeal tonsil back here. You have the lingual tonsil right here. You have this general region of the laryngopharynx, where you have going into the larynx here and the esophagus here. You know that this epiglottis will move downward so as to prevent food to go into the lungs. The food instead will be directed down into the esophagus here. It'll go all the way down the esophagus. Movement of food goes into the stomach, and then it will be shut off by the cardiac sphincter right here. The food will be in the stomach. The stomach has these nice elevations called rugae right here. The general region up here is called the cardiac region, with a fundus here that sits on that diaphragm, or the diaphragm sits on it. The general region here is called body. This is the pyloric region right here. At the end of the pyloric region, you have the pyloric sphincter, which is right here. It regulates food in terms of gastric emptying. Food will empty into this, which is the duodenum right here. You also have the pancreas here and the liver up here. You'll have pancreatic juices come into the duodenum here, as well as bile from the gallbladder and liver. And the duodenum will have acidic chyme in it. From the duodenum, which is part of the small intestine, it will kink around until it becomes this portion, which is the jejunum. The jejunum, notice the color differential here, until we get to a lighter pink, which is the ileum here, which then we get to here, where the ileum will dump into the large intestine. It'll dump into this area called the cecum. This valve right here, which is the sphincter, it's the ileocecal valve. Food will start to accumulate in the cecum, go upward the ascending part of the large intestine, across, which is cut and reflected here, the transverse portion, and go down the descending portion. The descending portion will have an S shape to it, and that's called the sigmoid colon, which you can't see well on this model, leading to the rectum, to the anal canal here, and the actual anus here. You do have the anal sphincter on both sides. There's an internal and external anal sphincter. You can only see the internal right here. Also, too, is you have the appendix right here, which is attached to that junction between the ileum and cecum. Other details, you can see individual outpocketing of the large intestine, which we call haustra. You see the longitudinal muscle right here, which is the tena coli. It goes all the way up and around. And that's really it on this model.
How about the liver, the lobes of the liver?
Well, we should probably take an individual liver out and do it.